All right. It is December 28th, 2017. It is our final call of 2017. Holy moly. I claimed this spot months ago because I wanted the royalties of leading out the team. So we're going to do some goal setting. This is going to be an interactive call because I want everybody to benefit from it. The reality is you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So it's up to you what you put into it, which means it's up to you what you get out of it. So with this is going to be kind of we're going to do all the activities. However, what I want you to do is continue to think about it from now until Sunday, right? So if you're in the 12-week year, a lot of us are like on day 13 from like 2 weeks ago because
I'm further.
it gets tedious, like because you have to start actively working the book. It's not just reading it anymore once you get to 13. So a lot of us were like, we're done. So continue to work on that if you're in that PD group. But this will be kind of an accompaniment to that. And honestly, the way that Shalene works is she does these 90-day push goals, which is essentially the exact same thing, right? 12 weeks, 90 days, it's the same thing. So it's going to work perfectly with the 12-week year concept. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to read off these different items, and you're going to rate them from 1 to 10 in the way that you feel about them. Not about how someone else feels about it or how they're telling you you're doing in this area. This is about how you're feeling about it. 1 means that it's a hot mess. 10 means you're perfection. There's probably not going to be many 1s and not going to be many 10s because we're usually hard on ourselves and we're usually not doing our best in anything because we can always improve. But if you have a 10, fantastic. If you have a 1, honestly, that's good too because you know the area that you need to work on, right? So we're going to list these one by one. I'm going to do this with you because I didn't do it while I was listening to her call. I was just taking the notes for tonight. So the first category is physical health. And this is more than just your size and weight right now. This is talking about your energy. It can be size and weight, but it's beyond that too. It's energy, how you're feeling, all that kind of stuff. Your physical health at the moment. 1 to 10.
10s are good, right? 1s are bad, 10s are good?
1s are bad, 10s are good.
Gotcha.
Yep. Like swiping left or right on Tinder.
Like, I know that.
I don't know how I know that.
I've never played on that thing.
I haven't either. I've never even seen it. I just always hear people.
Swipey.
Yeah. Okay, category 2 is mental well-being.
Is there a negative?
Mindset, feeling of being overwhelmed, feeling of being anxious, feeling like your life's a hot mess. What'd you say?
I said, how far negative can we go?
None.
What is the official mental what?
So
Well-being.
This is like wellness, mental wellness, being anxious, being overwhelmed, feeling like you're the world's boss. Like that'd be a 10, obviously. So wherever you fall.
Is this just on an average or just at this moment?
This is how you're feeling right now at this moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we need to think about where we are currently, right, as we enter into 2018. So the third one is our environment. And this encapsulates a lot. So this is your home, your work, wherever you spend a lot of time, your kitchen, your car, like are all these things organized? Are they making you feel organized? Are they making you feel stressed? How are all these environments that you spend all your time in on average, kind of how are you feeling if you were to put them all together?
Well, this is just a feel good so far.
Well, this is kidding.
It's a moment of truth with ourselves, you know? It's
Jeez.
This is the part where Adrian cries live on the call. Cool, thanks. Thanks for that.
Hey, you know what? Tears have happened on these calls before. It wouldn't be the first time.
All right,
All right, category 4 is restoration. This is a big category too. So this is things like stuff that makes you feel good, right? This could be your hobbies. This could be sleeping in on the weekend. This could be having a quiet cup of coffee in the morning. This could be meditation, any of that kind of stuff that makes you feel restored and rejuvenated. How are you feeling with how you're doing with that right now?
What is a hobby? Do we have
Our manager.
hobby?
Most of us, working out is our hobby.
Right. And that it does include that. Like, how are you doing? I heard in our STB group, one of the girls went live yesterday and she was talking about kind of the year in recap, right? And one of the things she said that really resonated with me, and I don't know if it's going to with anybody else, but this year for me, I feel like part of why I am where I am right now is because I have forgotten that taking care of myself through my fitness was the whole reason I got into this business, and I kind of got distracted, right? So sometimes I think we can fall into that, and the thing that we love to do becomes, it's still something we love to do, but it has a task equivalent with it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as we're balancing it for ourselves along with what it does for this business. And for me personally, I kind of lost sight of that this year. So I'm going to be working on that in 2018 because that was my first love. That was the thing that brought me into this. And all of a sudden I'm like, I need to get this shot on this video. And you know what I mean? I think I'm going to take a tip from Janelle Summers. She posts a lot of videos, but she actually doesn't film at all during her workout. She decides what 1 or 2 moves she wants to do after the workout and goes and films them really quick.
I like that idea.
So she's never negating her own workout. I'm like, that's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just too in the moment of a person. That's why I can't schedule posts. So I feel like I'm lying. I don't know what, maybe it's just mental. Like I feel like I'm lying when I go back and take video. I'm like, that wasn't really my workout. Like, but it is a good idea. I may actually try that going into the new year. Okay, category 5.
Just label it as highlighting your favorite moves or highlighting your not so favorite moves.
Yeah, it's true. It's kind of like what I do when I go live after a workout. Sometimes I'll highlight a move. It's the same thing. It's a mental thing for me. I need to get over it. Okay, category 5 is romance/love. Now, what does this mean? This can mean if you're single, maybe you're feeling good about that. If you're single, maybe you're feeling bad about that. If you're in a relationship, maybe that's going great. Maybe you're not being as great in it as you should have been. Maybe the other person's not being as great as they should be. Maybe it's fantastic. Maybe it's bad. Whatever, however you're feeling in that category, whether you're attached to someone or not, that's how you're going to rate yourself. Category 6 is friends and family. And we're talking about the friends and the family that matter. Let's be honest, some friends don't really matter when it comes to how they impact our lives, right? So think about the ones that actually make you feel good, those people that make a positive impact, and family too, because if we're honest, if they weren't blood related, we wouldn't even talk to them. So think about those people. How are you feeling with your relationships with them? Okay. Category 7 is finances. This is a big one too. This could be your lack of money. This could be maybe you're putting your money in the wrong place. Maybe you're saving a lot, but really you want to invest it instead, and you just aren't doing the right thing with it right now. Maybe you're comfortable living paycheck to paycheck. Maybe you have so much that you don't know what to do with it. Whatever your situation is financially, put that down.
And if anyone feels that last one, we can brainstorm.
I'll give you my account number.
Yeah.
When do we get to the categories we have high scores in?
Oh boy. Okay. Number 8 is purpose/work. Now these can be the same or they can be different. And this is in this moment. So some of us actually have jobs where we can feel like we're fulfilling our purpose at this moment, right? Doesn't necessarily mean that we don't still have aspirations, but we might feel okay with our purpose right now in our work, but maybe you don't. So where are you rating yourself there? Number 9 is spirituality. This is a big category. This can mean, believing in a higher power. It could believe not believing in a higher power. Whatever floats your boat. If you're comfortable with either one, then that's fine. Maybe you do believe in a higher power, but you've been neglecting it. Maybe you don't, but you're curious. So wherever that spirituality falls, rate that. All right. Personal growth is the last one. And this isn't talking about what we're reading, what we're listening to. This is about, are you growing? Are you putting yourself through challenges and learning that you can get through hard things? Are you finding that when you get home from work, if you were to come home and realize the pipe in your house burst and it's full of water, how would you react to that? Are you in a place where you'd be like, you know what? It's going to be cool. Or would you lose your crap and go crazy? Where are you right now with your personal growth? And that's our last category. Who's got the feel goods? Anybody?
You're going to tell us how to fix this, right?
So now what we're going to do is you're going to draw an asterisk next to the one that you scored the lowest in, and that you have the immediate ability to control yourself, changing it. Write that thing at the top of the page in big letters. If anybody wants to share what that thing is, they can. If no one wants to share that thing, they don't have to. This thing is now called our current focus. So whatever that lowest thing was, that is now your current focus. All the other things matter, but this is the thing you scored the lowest in, so it matters the most. Now, question, the things that you scored, maybe like the bottom 3 lowest, do you find that those things are important things to you? I would say my bottom 3 are probably 3 of my most important things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works. And sometimes it's because we can maybe be a little, because it's important to us, we can gauge ourselves a little bit harder in that area. You know what I mean? So because we think it's so important we know it's so important to us, we might give ourselves a lower score because we know it's not where we want it to be. That's a possibility. But it's weird how that works. Okay. So next activity. Number your page 1 to 10. Okay, what we're going to do is write down 10 goals. Here's the criteria. They have to be measurable. They need to scare you. They're not things that make you look good. Think more of how they're going to make you feel versus how they're going to make you look. And at least 3 of those goals need to relate to your, now as we know it, our current focus. So we'll take a few minutes to do that.
Is there a time frame, or are we looking at 90 days? Or?
90 days. So think of something you can change in 90 days that you have the desire to change and accomplish in that 90 days. Maybe your lowest thing was restoration and you're committing to getting in bed on time at a certain time. That could be an example. Who's still working? Okay. I already got a new like from one of my ads I started right before our call.
Yay.
I'm gonna be like celebrating when I hit 1,000. Everybody done? Okay. Does anybody want to share one of their goals?
Yeah.
I'll share one of mine. My my personal training certification test is scheduled for, I think it's the 15th of March. It's one of those days right in there. So my goal is to pass that. That's one of my goals, which is scary.
You can do it. Just gotta study for it.
That's the scary part. Making the time to make sure I'm studying. Anybody else want to share a goal?
So restoration is one of my low scores, or
Mhm.
environment, which is kind of, well, environment was lower. So one of my goals is to start purging stuff from my house that I just don't need, haven't used, haven't even looked at for 3 years.
Yeah.
My garage is full of it. And that's one
You
of
might
my
be able to make
goals.
some money doing that too.
Oh, wow, because I scored so high in finances, I probably don't need that either. Money. Money.
You got a
Who
10 there,
needs
right?
it?
Good.
No, of course I did. Of course I did. Of course.
So that was one of my goals as well, was to declutter my house. And I'm past the point of making money of it. Like, it's gonna get donated. It's gotta go. Because there's
Get
been
it out of
bad.
here.
I'm literally the meme of like, these clothes are going to Goodwill, but they're in the back of my car for 3
That sounds
months.
like a good post.
They're in the back of my car for 3 months. Yeah. So they're just gonna go. They gotta go.
Get some good engagement on that post.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely relatable.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I put one of my goals of to make sure that I am stopping all work by 10 o'clock every night.
Both jobs, right?
Yes,
Everything.
everything. Stopping at 10.
Shane, you don't have to, but if you want to.
I'm looking, trying to decide. I guess it's to go along with mental wellness. I want to obtain at least 15 new clients by the end of March. That's just one of my things that I've been struggling with over the past year, is just not getting new clients, helping new people.
Right. Impact your positivity, right? Yeah. Okay. Last exercise that we're going to do, which is going to make us think a little bit about these goals. There's going to be 4 categories. So write these down. We have an M, a T, an S, and a D. M stands for money. T is time. S is skills. And D is discipline. What we're going to do is next to each one of these goals, we're going to write maybe even more than one of these. Some of our goals might need an MTS and a D. It just depends on what it is. So you're going to go through each one of these and write down, are you going to need more time, more money, more skills, more discipline, or more than one of those things in order to execute this?
I'm sorry, for the 10 goals we just wrote?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh. I was like, I got my letters. What are we doing with them?
I know. I was waiting for goals.
Yeah. So your 10 goals that you set up, you're going to give it an MTSD or more than one.
Yeah, this exercise is giving me PTSD.
That was
We'll
good.
talk about the acronyms I'm feeling right now, Kiana.
That was funny.
Man. I feel like they all require more time, because if they didn't, I'd obviously be doing them by now.
Oh, see, and I'm popping D down on almost all of them.
Yeah.
Like, they literally require everything except for money on a few things. Like,
Right.
I guess skills. You can declutter your house without being skillful.
I need money to declutter my house because I need a dumpster in the front of it. I can throw everything in it.
I wish we had like a buzzer we could press and we're done, so our box lights up.
Yeah.
Ding!
Then we can't like raise our hands or something. I guess that's only on my conference calls where you can like put your hand up.
Done? Everybody's done? Cool. Does any of your goals only have one of the letters? Any of them? Yeah. Which one, Adrian?
Mine is don't answer work emails at home, and that's just discipline. Just to not look at it.
Mm-hmm. One of mine is which goes with my current focus, which is my spirituality, and that is to commit to getting to church on time, which is just discipline, because I've just been lax about it. So that one only got
To
one.
commit to getting to everywhere on time. Let's
Shut
just everywhere.
I
In
guess,
June, summit on time. Every session.
follow my meal plan 100%. I guess that requires some time, and I just think it's more discipline. I think of it, you've got to eat, so you really don't, it's not any extra time.
Yeah.
That would be discipline.
Anybody else want to share one that got only one letter? No ones for you, Kim?
No, everything's time, discipline, usually money. Well, mainly time and discipline.
Did anybody have ones that got all four?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need skills for anything. I'm good.
I had one that got all four, and it was to make $250 a week with Beachbody.
Oh.
Because that is going to take some skill, right? It's going to take time because I need to be better, especially if I'm trying to generate that for my business page. I need to dedicate more time to getting that done. Money, because I am investing in my ads at this point, and discipline, because I need to commit myself to doing the work. That one got all four.
That's a pretty good goal.
I would love that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for real. I can tell this job to suck it.
Yeah, pretty much. That would halfway replace my big girl job. More than halfway.
What?
Yeah. I only make like $16.80 a
I'm
month.
like, you don't have a big girl job. You have like an angsty teenager job.
Yeah. I have a monkey job. Log this date. Slide us into the system. Check. So much skill involved. Tad bit. Not much.
I mean, you need computer skills.
Huh?
I mean, you need computer and technology skills, you know.
Yeah. You need some basic finance skills to make sure things are vetting right, but yeah, not too advanced. So that concludes our exercise, you guys. So now this is for us to keep. If you want to post it on your mirror, you want to post it at your workstation, if you want to type it up and make it a background on your computer, whatever you want to do with it, to keep these goals in your forefront. But remember, your current focus is your current focus. Now, you're going to revisit this every 30 days. That's the goal, is to revisit this at the end of every month. So the same time in January, you should revisit this again, see if your current focus has changed. And maybe a week and a half from now, you're going to be like, you know what, that's not my current focus. Switch it. You know, it might not be really like what it should be. If you find that you're focusing on it and it's not really what you should be focusing on right now, switch it. No more all or nothing mentality. If it's not working, switch it. Right? So I hope that's helpful. It was really helpful to me watching the live stream. I had planned on having this call be just an open forum. And so I was so excited when Shalene did this, because I'm like, oh, this is gold. We're doing this. But now we have a little bit. I think we have about 20 minutes left. So 24 minutes. So we can do an open forum if you guys want. Chat about whatever. or we can say goodnight.
So it's really funny because I've been working on my 12-week plan. It has nothing to do with any of these. It has nothing to do with the ones that scored the lowest. I was like, well,
So what's at fault? 12-week year or Shalene's plan?
I'm going to do the 12-week plan here because that's what I, spent a lot of time on this afternoon for. So we're gonna
Maybe now you can look at it with fresh eyes with kind of a new perspective.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry about your bad luck.
I was just like, oh, all right.
See the benefit of procrastination and not starting the 12-week plan.
We were supposed to be doing it all month, people.
Yes. It's that D and T thing.
Yep, sure is.
Well, there's no type A personality on the D and T M and S thing.
Oh my gosh. Ridiculous. So how's everybody feeling about 2017? If you could pick a word to describe 2017 when it comes to our business or our fitness, which are kind of one and the same.
Yeah.
What word would you
for
use?
me?
Below average. Man.
Mixed. Like there's part of it that I still really think sucked is the word that fits it best.
Yeah.
But then I do agree. I think there's been like this surge for myself, at least I can say, I think I have really grown more confident with the concepts of it, but just the follow through is still sucks.
Yeah, you've definitely taken charge and started leading all the rest of us, and we're all over here like, what in the hell is she talking about?
We got like our finger in our ear, and you're over there like, hey, I'm sending ads to the UK. We're like, oh, okay then.
Yeah.
Go you. My word would be discombobulated. That's my word.
I think my word.
It's a fancy word for hot mess.
Might have been that meme where you just throw the table. That's it.
Yes. Or like Lindsay at what's it called, Ignite?
Yeah.
Running through the crap storm.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's me.
Except she was still succeeding and I wasn't.
Yeah. She's like bitching while she's successful. She's like, this year. And I'm like, wait a minute, what? You're still making money.
Send some of that failure my way, honey.
Yeah. If that's what failure looks like, sign me up because that's right here.
Yeah. Adrian, you were new to our team this year. How would you describe 2020?
Welcome to the crap show.
Oh, 100% success for me. Just a shit show of awesome over here. I don't know what you people are complaining about. I mean, I would say
it's mostly true for you, Adrian.
I would say that too. I feel like she's been rocking it.
I mean, I guess if you consider where I began 2017.
Right. You've lost
sad.
what, 50 pounds this year?
Not quite.
45 inches later.
You hush.
Ridiculous.
Just you hush right up.
Yeah. That's
I mean, things have gone better.
Absolutely. Yep. And she's added people to our accountability group, gotten them, try to get them plugged into that motivation.
Trying.
That's awesome.
Yeah. One thing I've learned, I think the thing that's changed for me the most this year when it comes to my perspective on this business is that it's easy to get caught up in stats. And not that stats are bad, because they're good. It's a way to measure your business growth. But I can't feel frustrated with myself because I'm not hitting Success Club because someone chose to buy just BOD without Shakeology. And that's what I used to do to myself. And it's like, you know what? It's not all measured by, yes, there has to be a measure, which is why the company has Success Club in place. There has to be a measure. But I can't consider myself a failure because I didn't necessarily hit 2 points because someone didn't want Shakeology, but they're ready to get their fitness on for the next 12 months. That's still success, and it's so important to look at those things that way. Still strive to be hitting that success club, but don't throw yourself with your, into the river with a rock tied to your foot if you didn't get it. Like, because you're still helping to change someone's life, and it's so important. So important. Those numbers will come.
Honestly, it's been freeing not stressing about Success Club.
It has been.
Mm-hmm.
Just doing my thing and like talking, having conversations and like helping people and like,
yep.
I mean, I'm not getting Success Club.
Mm-hmm. But then we see people like, I look at Holly Hillier, and I've watched her from the beginning of her journey, and she dedicated herself. She learned how to speak to her audience and just kept doing it, and she did learn how to master ads, which has been a game changer for her business. But she learned how to speak in her voice. And that's the thing. One thing we've learned from STB is, yes, it's teaching us ads, but at the end of the day, if your page sucks and your content sucks, it doesn't matter what ads you put out there. If people come onto your page and you're not telling your story and you're not giving them good content, it doesn't matter. So yeah, we have this benefit, I guess, of learning how to properly run ads, but we still have to put the work in on our page. We still have to tell our story appropriately. And that's why these people who are seeing success with this program that we're in, yes, they're doing ads, but they're only being successful because they've learned how to speak in their voice to the right people. And all of us can do that, whether we're running ads or not. It's just perfecting that, learning who your person is, who is it you're talking to, and using that language in each and every post to talk to that person, because that'll be the game changer. If we're trying to save the world, we're not going to save anybody. And that is a hard concept to swallow for people that want to help people. It's difficult to stomach the fact that you can't help everybody because not everybody's going to fit you, and that's kind of crappy, but it's kind of freeing. And it's nice to then know that you're only going to attract the people that are going to get along with you. That's nice. So.
And that's where I feel like we're all like on that brink right now.
Mm-hmm.
When I think I've seen it in everybody's pages that the value and the content has just gotten better.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe we're not rocking the SC.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I've noticed the like little posts from Arnell have kind of faded away because it's like
because there aren't any.
Nobody to congratulate this week.
Yeah.
But if you think about numbers, like if you look back at how many conversations did we have going consistently with people 3 months ago versus how many real conversations do we have going with people now?
Yeah.
And that's a measurement, that to me is more successful.
Absolutely.
Because hopefully they'll turn into something where we really can help them, and maybe that M side will pop in on there in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that is growth and success for us right now.
I've been loving watching Adrienne talk about her running journey because it's inspiring a lot of people, me included, because I friggin' hate running. But I love watching engagement you get on those posts, when you put it out there. Like, that's why I had to post about you the other day, because I'm like, dude, this chick is like, it's freaking freezing out here, but I made a commitment to myself and my gym is closed and this sucks right now, but I'm not doing it. It's going to happen.
Hey, I peed in the woods, in case anyone cares. That's me.
Don't worry.
Just check me out. It's fine. I have no problem discussing my peeing in the woods, apparently.
Be glad it was just peeing in the woods and not number 2. That'll happen on long run, just to let you know.
I was only a mile away from my house. I'd like to think that I would have just gone home for that portion of events and then returned to the woods for the continued running. But you know what? The longer I do this, the less shame I have. So, whatever.
It's a long way when you're like, the urge hits you and you're like, oh no. Oh,
no, I mean, I drove to where I was. Oh. I would drive back. Yeah.
What they don't tell you about long distance running. I never thought about that, I'll be honest, because the most I've ever run is a 10K.
Oh no, it gets bad. When you're out there and they're like, there's nowhere to go.
You're just adding to the list of why I would never do a long run in my life.
Yeah, and the parts of your body that starts to chafe, you're like, how in the hell did that? What?
Yeah. Yeah, the list is growing. Just
you're
grow.
really selling that, Kim. Thanks.
Just letting you know. Buy Body Glide. Put it everywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere fabric touches you, especially in the boob area, just put it on everywhere.
Listen, I have mermaid legs. Them suckers touch. I'm putting some in between there too.
Yeah. The thunder thighs get slapped.
I got going over here, man. Things rub against each other.
Great.
The 7-8 plus miles. I mean, I've never had real bad chafing on 6 or less. So whenever I was training, if I was going to run 8 or more, I would definitely use the Body Glide.
Yeah. I see it at the store. I know what it's for, but I'm like, nah, I'm never going to put myself in a position to need that.
I use it every time I run because thunder thighs don't lie.
That's why I wear long underwear. Knee-length underwear.
All right. Hot tips tonight. Body Glide everywhere. Toilet paper on the runs.
We
Got it.
keep it real on these calls, all right? We talk about legit stuff.
Yep.
It's not the first time we've talked about number 2. I'm just saying.
Nope.
Hey, I'm sure it won't be the last. I'll schedule my first call. It can be all about number 2. I'll just make it the
it's important
topic.
for the health. It's a good topic.
I can't remember why we talked about it last time either. I
don't remember why. It was in my old house. I remember that. I was unpacking my fridge because we were about to move.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
There's a video of it somewhere.
So here's the thing, guys. Going into 2018, it's all about positioning, right? Just position what you're doing and use it. This is not that we want to take advantage of this time of year, but this is our golden time of year, if we're honest. For our type of business, this is our golden time of year. This is when people get their crap together, and anybody who's been watching you for as long as they've been watching you, it's going to start to resonate, right? So this is when you keep doing what you're doing and just keep getting better at it. You know, I think that, who's doing 80-day obsession? Okay. So even if you're not, Kim and I have talked about this, she's actually doing something that's actually going to work really well with it. But, you know, I think for those of us that are doing it, just remember to remember your own journey, like we talked about in the beginning. Focus on what you're doing and your changes. Your changes are going to be a testimony of the program. So if you're not getting any changes, you ain't got no testimony. I'm just saying. So focus on your journey, you know, and talk about it and use curiosity marketing. Don't be dropping name bombs of 80-day obsession and autumn calabrese and blah, blah, blah. Talk about what you're doing without name dropping the program. You know, we're not trying to, you know, be sneaky, but it's smart. It's business smart to do it that way because all this stuff can be ordered on Amazon, y'all.
I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna finish up Body Beast, but I think I'm gonna do at least 2 days a week. I'll do a double workout and do some 80-day obsessed.
Cool. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. You know, it's gonna be challenging. Time nutrition is gonna be interesting.
I'm excited about it. I like being like weirdly regimented like that.
I do too. The thing that I'm nervous about is those of us that work out uber early in the morning. Like I'm supposed to eat 60 minutes before I work out. Like that means I need to get up at like 4.
See, I don't know why she's doing that. I don't know why she's doing that because you don't have to. Like,
and she posted a video just the other day. Did you see it?
In the group?
She talks about doing Shakeology as that first meal.
I'm not approved yet, so I haven't seen it.
I don't know. I don't remember where it was, if it was in the group or where it was, but she posted that people are freaking out.
Mm-hmm, they are.
This is guideline. If you get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, she does it. It works for her, but she knows it doesn't work for everyone else.
Right.
So just start your post-workout as your first one. Don't freak out over it. Just it's okay. So she's like she's actually rewriting things, she said. I haven't even found I haven't looked yet. Time. but she's rewriting it to reflect that we have that choice.
Okay.
So that made me feel better because,
Yeah.
there's no way I was going to get up at 3:30 and start eating. It wasn't going to happen.
Well, there's no need for it because I do time nutrition, and so I have an intra-workout shake that has carbs and protein. I don't have to eat before I work out. Like, there's no need for it unless she's just trying to shove meals into the day. But making someone wake up an hour earlier is not, there's no point. So I don't get it.
I think it's great for people that have a more flexible schedule or people that do work out mid-morning, or in the evening. Obviously that works great, but yeah, for really early morning people, I mean, I was going to try, I'll be honest, listen, I am committed to doing this program right because I want to look like Ashley. That's all I'm saying. I want her results because she looks like a bikini model. She looks amazing. And so I'm like, I'm doing it, getting up at 4 and I'm going to eat my spinach and my egg whites before I go work out. But that is good that there's going to be some flexibility because then I know if it doesn't work, because I am going to try it, but if it doesn't work, I know I can move around.
I think the biggest thing for all of us, and me and Adrian talked about this the other day, is stress. Because, I mean, it's not that any of us don't work hard. I mean, hell, Kim, she does Ironmans and shit, and if you're always stressed about so many things, just the cortisol production and all that type of stuff, that your body's just fighting against you. I mean, you're working hard, you're eating right, and it's hard sometimes. I mean, for the past 4 months, I've probably eaten cleaner than I've ever eaten in my entire life, and I'm really not losing a ton of weight. I mean, my body's changing, but it's hard to go through the times because it seems like the stress factors affect all the wrong places on your body.
Yep.
So while we're talking, Kim, what do you think about the metabolic testing?
That's the guys?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it's beneficial. I mean,
what does it really do? I haven't really dug deep into it. I mean, I understand the concept, but what does it actually do?
I haven't really dug too far into it because I was just like, what are they paying for? Why are they doing this? I don't understand. And so I don't know what they do with their results. Like, I don't know what they get and then what happens next.
Right.
I didn't dig into it. It's something I didn't want to pay for, so I was like, eh.
I mean, the way I understand it, seeing a few posts, I mean, it tells you what foods agree and disagree with your body.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't need to pay to do that. Like, you can just do an elimination diet.
Right.
So, yeah. But it also, there are people who know that they don't need to eat sugar because they're diabetic, and yet they're cramming down Little Debbie's. So anything is going to tell you. I mean, you can eat clean, and people are going to be like, but cake. Okay. Yeah. It's that discipline thing. So, people know that what gives them problems. People know what does,
It's true.
Now they pay and they have this test, and Sagi's like, oh, don't eat this. And they're like, okay, for 2 seconds.
I like one of the things that in 131 Shalene was saying, because we just came out of a week where you're supposed to be testing fasting, and she was like, okay, now what we're going to do is after we're fasting, now we slowly introduce foods back in to see if you react to them. It's just like an elimination diet. Except it's shorter window. So she was like, but you don't need to test stuff that is bad for you. Like, oh, let me test this Hostess cupcake and see if I react negatively to it. Of course you are. Like, come on. But then, it's interesting because there are some foods that are actually, like quinoa, for example, is a really good food. Some people can't tolerate it. Strawberries are a great food. Some people are allergic, dairy is good for some people. Other people, it makes them all stuffed up. And, so it's just, you have to test things on your own body. That's what I've learned from 131 for sure. let your body be a science experiment. And it's easy to do. Just take a bunch of stuff out and introduce it back slowly.
Yeah. I think it's great. I mean, it's a good test if you want to waste money for people that are completely ignorant in nutrition and don't pay attention to what they put in their mouth versus how they feel. Like, I know when I eat a bad food and I bloat up and I'm like, nope, that wasn't good. Let's not do that again. But people aren't aware of their bodies at all. Like, they're like, I don't know why I'm constantly sick. And you're like, hello, you're eating crap. Or they like have that constant pressure on their GI system. And then they're like, no, I don't have any stomach problems. That's how I feel all the time. And you're like, that's not how you're supposed to feel, dummy.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, and you're like, yeah, stop eating crap. But the disciplined people do well with all that stuff because they're like, oh, yeah, I don't need to eat strawberries. Good. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. Discipline. Hate that one.
Let me tell you guys, time nutrition is fun because you set freaking phone alarms for when you're supposed to eat. It's really great.
I'm excited for it.
I live my whole life by the stupid clock, so.
Oh, yeah. I've got like 15 alarms in here for different days.
I'm looking forward to the structure. I feel like I need it in my life right now.
Structure, good.
Tell me what to do, when to do it, how to move this leg, and what to put in this mouth because my life is a hot mess.
Just schedule it for me, and I will do what you say when you say to do it.
I have to say that doing A Little Obsessed, I probably like Autumn the most in this program than all of them because she did drive me nuts in 21 Day Fix Extreme when I did that. I liked her okay in Hammer and Chisel, but I have to say that I actually kind of like her in a little, or 80 Day Obsession more than any of the others.
I think it's because it's live.
Yeah. And you kind of get to see her goofiness. Like, she's kind of rigid in the other ones and not very personable. I feel like in this one, she's much more personable. It's like her being silly and fun with the cast, and I like it.
True, but when I'm trying to work out, I don't want to watch her little butt walk across to get another band. I want to watch what I'm supposed to do, work out. Not like, oh, I need another band. Like, no, work out.
Used to the edited programs. You know, it was so interesting when I heard Jessica Bauer. She is part of the Max 30 cast, and I read her blog right after she did the filming of it, and she was saying that what you see when you get the DVD is so different. She's like, we do the filming with no music. So it's silent when we do the filming. So it's just like 80 Day Obsession, how we're seeing it. That's what it's like when they're filming. And then they dub the music in after. So she's like, when you get the DVD, she's like, now when I do the home program and I'm watching myself, I'm like, man, this would have been a lot easier if I had music. So we kind of
imagine that, like, insanity, like all the heavy breathing with no music.
You know? People are dying.
That video would sound horrible.
Shanti's like, shut up and move.
Like, hold on. I got to take a...
Yeah. Yep. When he gives Shanita a hard time. What's up? What's the matter, Shanita? You tapping out already?
She's just like, Lord Jesus, I'm going.
She's like, bye, I'm done. He called her out on it in his Instagram stories. I think it was like week before last. It was hilarious. He posted something about her. She was like watching Max 30 or something, and so her IG story was like her watching it and making fun of herself in the workout. And so he shared it, and he was like, everybody go follow Shanita because she's hilarious, blah, blah, blah. So, of course, I did what I was told, and I went and followed her. And she actually is hilarious. She is so freaking funny. She's like one of my favorite people on Instagram.
Oh, I need to follow her.
She's so funny. Oh, my gosh. And she's crazy. Like, most of the time she's half naked dancing, like twerking. Like, she's crazy. But she's fun. Well, it's 10 o'clock, guys. Any final thoughts?
No.
Well, whatever happened this year, it's done. No dwelling.
Oh, the PD book for January is 80/20 Principle.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm going to get it by the 1st.
Yeah, I won't either.
I borrowed it from the library. It was available immediately, so.
Wait, what? You mean that whole big thing that holds books?
Well, the electronic version, like for their online app.
Okay.
So
Ooh, that
instant
library.
delivery.
Fancy.
Yeah, you know,
Nice. Yeah,
super
good order.
fancy.
Are you scheduling the post? Who's scheduling the post for that? Because I don't have the
I
book.
can. That's fine.
Okay.
I have the book somewhere.
Okay. Because I don't own that one. I'm gonna order it.
Add
but
that to my to-do list.
write that down. Yeah, so that's January. February, I think we said we're gonna do. What was
The
can't
10x rule? Or
10x rule?
yeah.
10x rule. First, we need to finish the 12-week year.
All of you while you're waiting on your book to come in.
Oh boy, yeah.
But you're gonna need like paper. You can't just sit there and like you can read the chapters and then you're like, all right, and then you have to go back and do it all.
Yeah.
And it's not quick.
Yeah. So take the principles that we discussed tonight.
Mhm. At least the 80-20 rule might help us build our 12-week years.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. Happy New Year.
Sure.
Happy New Year.
2018 will be as good as we choose to make it. So let's make it awesome. Okay, I'm going to
All right,
stop
good
this
night,
recording.
guys.